Welcome back to Zombicide Black Plague. We're with Baldrick's bumbling band of adventurers trying to save survivors in an unknown town with Alyssa, the Dame Alyssa, and she's up first. Now, she only has ranged weapons, and she's in the vault with a walker. So what we're going to do with her is we're going to have her move out of the vault space, and she's going to appear in the room on the other side of the board. Now it's going to cost her 2 actions because it costs 1 extra action per zombie in your space. So she's going to do that. So for 2 actions, she's going to move from the vault and she's going to appear over here on the other side of the board. So I'll rearrange the camera and we'll see what she does for her third and final. Alright, so she's appeared through the trapdoor here into this closed room now. And she's going to do a search action. So she will search, and what does she find? Leather armor. Right on. So she will equip that. It's armor 5+, so if she gets hit, she at least gets a chance to try and evade damage. She still has no melee weapons though. So that's her turn. We're going to go back up to the vault area, and up next then will be Clovis. Alright, so up in the vault we have Clovis and Nellie. It's Clovis's turn. He will use his double-wielded short swords, and he's going to try and take out the one walker. So he shouldn't have too much difficulty. He's going to be rolling 4 dice, 1 for each short sword, and he also gets +1 die melee. That's per weapon. So he hits on a 4+, and he gets 4 out of 4 dice. So he does take the walker down. That is good. He gets 1 experience. He's at 1 now. So that was his first action. His second action is going to be moving in with, he's going to move in with Dame Alyssa. And we're going to have to rearrange the camera. He's going to pop up in the same spot. So he did 1 attack, his second action moving to Dame Alyssa. Then he will do a search as well. Alright, so Clovis also comes out the secret trap door into this room. And his third and final action will be to do a search. And he finds a zombie. Isn't that exactly what I did not want? So that's how this game likes to mess with me. So in this room now is a zombie. So darn it, I had other plans for our other characters, and oh damn it, up next will be Anne. Damn it! So we're gonna have Anne take her turn here. We're gonna have to zoom back up to the top of the map. Okay, here we have Anne in this room. Now she could go down into the vault, come out and attack this zombie. Damn, I didn't want her to do that. We've got a whole horde of zombies coming from this direction that I kind of wanted Anne to deal with. So I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to do what I originally want to. I'm going to move her 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. So she's out of the line of fire of these guys, and everything's going to start converging onto her, which is good because she has melee bloodlust and she's wielding a great sword. So she's going to be able to do a lot of damage very quickly. And that's Anne's turn very quickly. Up next is Nellie. Now, Nellie is probably going to have to go into this room and kill that zombie for the simple fact that Baldrick has nothing but ranged weapons, and if he misses, he's going to do some damage to his own folk. And you know how good he is at missing. Alright, Nellie, her first action, which is her free move, she's going to move, of course, into the same room as Alyssa and Clovis. So let's rearrange the camera, and she's going to go in there and whack them all on that one walker. Okay, so Nellie did her free move into this room. She will attack the walker, and she has a lovely little hammer. So she's only rolling 1 die, hits on a 4+, but this is Nellie. Nellie and Anne tend to excel in this game. As I say that, she'll probably miss 3 times in a row. So her first attack against the walker, 5. Was there ever any doubt? Not really. I'm going to have to do a playthrough at some point in time with just Nellie and Anne and see how they do. Probably not very well. Okay, so that was her first of 3 regular actions. She takes out the walker. She gets another experience, which is going to take her from 3 to 4, creeping ever closer to the yellow zone, which we don't really want to be in yet if we can help it. So that was her first. Now I almost want her moving back to help out Anne and Baldrick up in the north. So she has 2 actions remaining. she's going to move back to the vault and then move out of the vault into, I guess we can do that right here. So basically, as I tilt the camera way up, her second action then will be to move back to the vault. Her third action is going to be to move out of the vault into that space there. So that's kind of where I want her. Kind of want to have Anne and Nellie mopping up the crews out in the streets if I can. And then up last for the first turn here, we're going to have Baldrick, the bumbling mage, and have to think about what I want him to do. So we'll be right back with his activation. Okay, so we have Baldrick here. I think the first thing I want to do with him is I'm going to have him do a search. So Baldrick will be searching, and he finds the flaming greatsword. Oh my goodness. You can use it as a yellow. Once you're in the yellow, 5 dice, hits on a 5+. It says 1 action, ignite Dragon Bile at range 0 to 1. Wow, and does 2 damage. This is truly awesome. I think Baldrick can put a sword into his armor slot, so I think he's going to keep that for the moment. And he will then, okay, that's his first action. He has a free spellcasting action. He has the healing spell, but nobody's damaged. He has no ranged targets to hit, so that's going to probably be wasted this turn. He has 2 actions left. Oh man, I think what he's going to do, I think he's going to move 1 space here for his second action. For his third action, he's going to do a trade with Nellie, because now he's in the same space as Nellie. He's going to give Nellie the Earthquake Hammer, which Nellie will probably be able to use later on. Nellie is then going to give Baldrick the Chain Lightning spell, and then Baldrick's going to put the Chain Lightning spell in his other hand. He's going to take his healing spell, if he needs it for later, and put it in his backpack. So that was his final action, and that is going to conclude our heroes' turns. Up next will be the zombie activation, and then we get the lovely spawning. Alright, I think I have all the zombies on the board here. Now they're all going to activate. We have 1 walker here, has line of sight to Anne, shambles along towards Anne. That's all the zombies on this side of the board. Then we have all of our lovely Deadeye walkers. Now they're going to go towards the most noise, which is obviously through this open door. So they are just going to go straight down the street. Likewise, these 2 will do the same thing. They have all moved, and now we have all the lovely, with the Necromancer and his 4 walkers. They also see Anne. They're heading towards her. Of course, the Necromancer is heading towards a spawn point to exit the board. The runner then, moving 2 spaces, moves in here, and these 2 walkers then shamble up to this spot. Alright, all the zombies have activated on the board. Up next will be spawning. So we might as well spawn from here as well. Oh, and we are in the blue. Nobody's transitioned to orange yet. So the first spawn will be over here, and we have a fatty. Okay, 1 fatty we can kind of live with. So put a fatty here. Yeah, okay. Next spawn zone will be the regular spawn zone here, and then the third will be the Necromancer spawn zone. The fourth is the one down here. All right, our second spawn on the regular spawn point, the Necromancer, which is actually not bad. So what's going to happen is the Necromancer is going to activate. He's going to try walking. He moves 1 space. He's heading towards either the a spawn point down here or the spawn point there. Now he's all on his own. Isn't that unfortunate? Okay, that's good. And then we have, what else do we have now? The second spawn point, which is the Necromancer spawn point, and it gets just 1 walker. Okay, we are lucking out a little bit. Well, we need a little bit of luck because we're getting a lot of zombies. The last spawn point right down here, of course. And what do we get there? We get, oh man, we get the Abomination, which is not good. Not good, but it's not the end of the world because, as we know, Dame Alyssa has the heavy crossbow doing 3 damage on a hit. She will be able to take this guy out if and when she meets him and shoots him in the face with that crossbow. Okay, that's the end of basically the first turn for this episode. We're going to do 1 more turn, and starting for the next turn here is going to be Clovis. All right, we have Clovis here taking his turn now on the start of our second turn for this episode. First thing he's going to do is a search because items are good. And he finds Dragon Bile. Right on, and has a torch. Baldrick has the flaming sword. So Clovis will put that in his backpack for the moment. That is good. That's another Abomination or Horde killer. For his second action, he will try and boot this door open now, or chisel it open with his 2 short swords. He'll be rolling 2 dice, 1 for each short sword. Doesn't get the bonus though, because he's not doing a combat. And hits on a 4+, try and open the door, and he does indeed pry open the door with his swords. That's his second action. Door is now open. For his third action, he will then head out into the streets. There's no Deadeye walkers in line of sight or anything, so that's not going to bother him too much. And that then takes care of Clovis. Up next is Anne. Let's go back to the streets where Anne is hanging out and see what she's going to do. All right, Anne, ever the opportunist with her bloodlust melee, sees the Necromancer all on his lonesome. She is going to, for her first activation, do bloodlust melee. She moves 2 spaces in here with her greatsword, confronting the Necromancer. I wonder what's going to happen. All right, she's going to be rolling 5 dice for her greatsword, hitting on a 5+. And oh my good lord, 2 6s. Anne is the slaying machine. The Necromancer is out of here, temporarily of course. They keep popping up, these guys. That's going to give Anne an experience from 1 to 2. And that gets rid of the Necromancer spawn point, which is excellent because that means we're going to have 1 less spawn happening at the end of this turn. That was Anne's first action. I think for her second and third action, she's just going to go 1 and 2 back to this part of the street. It's kind of a good jumping off point for her. It's out of line of sight of the Deadeye walkers. And I think that's probably enough for Anne. All right. Up next, we're going to have Nellie. Nellie's here. What is Nellie going to do? I think, oh man, she gets a free move. So I think she's going to do a search first. 1 search. She finds plenty of arrows. That is excellent. Except she doesn't... Oh, she has a short bow. All right, well, she'll put the plenty of arrows in her backpack, which is going to help her with the short bow at the moment. Probably... Oh, and I forgot now that Genevieve, my God, I'm thinking of another playthrough. That Dame Halissa has plenty of bolts, and she has the heavy crossbow. She gets to re-roll dice on an attack, so she's going to be a lethal ranged unit here in a minute. Nellie's got plenty of arrows now, and a short bow. It only rolls 1 die. Okay, she's got basically 2 more regular actions and a free move. So she's going to do a free move and then 2 regular actions. She's going to join Anne here in the streets. Okay, getting set up, I think, pretty well. Up next is Baldrick. And unfortunately, Baldrick won't be able to do a search, I don't think, but he should be able to try and at least take out some of these Deadeye walkers. So he has 3 activations. So 1, 2 takes him to here. He has free spell casting. He will use Death Strike. It only rolls 1 die, hits in a 4+, and we know how accurate and deadly Baldrick is. So we're going to see if he can hit one of these Deadeye walkers. Can he? Oh my goodness, he pulls it off. Way to go, Baldrick. One of the Deadeye walkers is no more. Baldrick is going to get... Oh, did I want him to do that? No, I didn't. Retro. He does not want to do that for the simple fact that he, unfortunately, is at 6 experience. If he gets 1 more experience, we pump everything into the yellow. So he's not going to do it. He's just going to go third action, moving here with these guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's at 6 experience. I don't want us to go into yellow for spawning. So we're going to hold that off for another turn. And so he basically won't use his spell. So he just moved 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we have Nellie, Anne, and Baldrick all together. We have Clovis and Alyssa down where we need them. Up last is going to be Dame Halissa. So we're going to have to readjust the camera and get her in position where we want her to do something. All right, I've been trying to figure out if she does a search. I think she's going to do a search first because items are really good things in this game. So she does a search. She finds chainmail armor, which is actually pretty darn good. So she's going to equip it. Remember, she already has leather armor, so she's going to put the leather armor in her backpack. She's going to equip the chainmail. That actually helps her better. So that's the first act. Her first action. Her second action is to move out here with Clovis. And her third action will be an exchange with Clovis. She's going to give Clovis her leather armor. And what's Clovis going to do? Clovis will then give her he's going to give her the Chaos Longbow, which of course she won't be able to use at the moment, but she can keep it in her backpack with her plenty of bolts and the storm bow. Actually, no, Clovis is going to keep it. He's going to hang on to that. It doesn't make sense. She's already got a storm bow and plenty of bolts with that heavy-duty heavy crossbow. And that, I do believe, well, then she won't do an exchange with him. She could move here. So search, 2. Did she do an exchange then? No. Well, no, she didn't then, did she? So she can move one more space. I'm losing my mind. No, she did a search, and we'll leave her here. Although, yeah, we're gonna leave her here. It's gonna be the end of her turn. All right. Up next is zombie movement, and yeah. Then we're going to have a final spawning. Will be the end of the episode. All right, I think we got everything on the board here. Mostly I might have to adjust the camera a little bit. We, of course, have Alyssa and Clovis here at the corner. All right, zombie movement. Let's start on the left here. This walker is going to move 1. The fatty's going to move 1. They can see the little band of Baldrick, Anne, and Nellie. Let's do the Deadeye walkers and the Abomination here. These guys, of course, are going to go for the most sound, which is right here. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3 out into this spot. These guys will then go into this intersection, and the Abomination will start going down here. It's all good so far. Last to move are these guys. Are runners, going to go 1, 2 into this spot. The 4 walkers will shamble along to here. These 2 walkers will move here. This one will move there. And we are into spawn time. All right, starting up here. What do we have? And everyone's in the blue because I made sure Baldrick didn't pop into the yellow. And in the blue we have 1 Deadeye walker. Isn't that... Damn, that's annoying. These guys are so annoying. All right, 1 Deadeye walker. Damn it, and it's within range of our little trio there. That's... once again, it's not quite what I wanted to happen, but hey, that's what happens in this game. Things you don't want to happen. And over on this spawn point, we are going to get 2 walkers. Okay, 2 walkers. I think we can deal with that. Although, we're going to be, definitely in the next episode, we will be into the yellow. And down once more at the bottom, I'll just kind of put the spawn points right here. Our last spawn for the episode is going to be... a fatty shows up. All right, there we have the fatty on the last spawn point. Wow. All right, I think everybody's kind of in screen here, so we'll wrap up our episode. We've got Anne, Nellie, and Baldrick getting kind of closed in with quite a tide of zombies heading their way. I think they're probably going to be able to wipe most of them out. Definitely want to get rid of the Deadeye walkers next episode, except we have this one annoying Deadeye walker over there. Maybe we can do something with Clovis and oh man, I don't know. I'm not sure what we're going to do. And we have an Abomination, but we'll make sure Alyssa uses the crossbow on her. So that's going to be the end of our episode for today. This is Zombicide Black Plague. We're doing quest number 3, The Shepherds. And we are trying to rescue survivors, if we can, without getting overrun and killed. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for the continuation of Zombicide Black Plague with Baldrick's bumbling band of adventurers. See if they can prevail.